drummingforlife.com.
Hey there, it's Vaughn at drummingforlife.com. Aloha, hope you're doing well. So today I want to share with you about what I believe to be the best drumming technique. Now I've also written a blog post about it at vaughnbarronmusic.com, and I'll put the link below to that as well. Now before we get into that, if you wouldn't mind, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, and as I always say, please swish that like button and leave a comment. I'd love to connect with you, and I do respond to all of my comments. So let's go ahead and dive into this. This technique is called the Moeller method, and there are a lot of great videos out there about it. And what I want to do is share with you kind of my take on it and how I use it in my playing. And it works particularly good in the context of jazz swing playing. I'm going to do a little bit of playing for you now, and what I want you to do is watch. I want you to notice my arm motion. This is key. So you can watch kind of what my elbows are doing and my arms are doing while I'm playing. All right, so check this out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. All right, did you notice that I'm actually doing some kind of, my arms are kind of moving a little bit, right? It's not static. I'm not sitting playing all straight like this. There's motion happening, all right? This is the Moeller motion. And the basic way I always tell students in the beginning to get down this Moeller motion is to start off, and I'm gonna put you on the overhead angle here. I want you to start by putting your hands on your lap like this. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to just lead with our elbows with both hands and both arms. We lead with our elbows like this. So we're going to go like elbows. We're going to go wrist, fingers, and down. Just let them drop like that. All right? Elbows, wrist, fingers, down. And just really relax those arms. Just let those hands fall. Elbow, wrist, fingers, down. Elbows, wrist, fingers down. Okay, like this. This is how we do it. I'm not even going to sing that song. Those of you who are about my age will know what I'm talking about. Copyright issues, you know. Just can't sing anything anymore. Anyway, so here you go. Like this. All right. So just do that for a while. So it just becomes really comfortable. I don't want you to be like trying to control your arms coming down. You know, just let them drop. All right. So this is the basic motion. This is the Moeller motion. The Moeller is also considered a whipping motion. This is created by Sanford Moeller in the late 1800s, and after watching kind of Civil War drummers and seeing how their technique helped them have great endurance to play for long periods of time. He kind of codified, he wrote down and kind of figured out this technique and went on to teach it to great drummers like Jim Chapin, who then shared it with a lot of people. And, you know, this is kind of the basic motion. This is kind of whipping motion, all right? Now, pick up your sticks. What we're going to do is we're going to put our sticks, and let's do it in the middle. We're just going to do match grip for now. I'm just going to teach you the basics with match grip. I also use it for traditional grip, but we're just going to use match grip for now. And what we're going to do is I want you just to do one hand at a time, and I want you to bring your elbow, wrist, fingers down, and when it comes down, I want you just to let go of the stick. So it's gonna be like this. Check this out. All right, so you could see the first stick really just went right and took off. The second stick, not as much, but the first stick is the one I want you to pay attention to, because that's what we want to get. We want to see and feel that the stick and the drum can actually do all the work for us. We don't have to use a lot of effort. And that's the beauty of the Moeller technique. So we want to get this consistent bounce happening. Let the stick and the drum do the work for us. That's going to save us a lot of energy. And this is why I believe this technique is the best technique. When I was at Berkeley in Boston, I actually only went there for 2 years. And the reason I only went there for 2 years is because I developed severe acute tendinitis in my arms, my forearms. For those of you who know what tendinitis is, or maybe don't know what tendinitis is, I'm just going to explain it to you anyway. It's where you just get little micro tears on your tendons, okay, and is inside your arms. It's very painful, and you really can't play. So I had to quit playing music for almost a year to rest and rehabilitate and learn new technique. During that time, I learned how to play the Moeller method. And it really got me back to drumming. It gave me back my drumming career. And it is, it's just so powerful and so easy to use. And there are some techniques and there's some exercises that you can do. But the overall idea of the technique is just to get as much bounce out of your sticks as you can. Let the cymbal and the drum do the work for you with the stick. You don't have to muscle it out. So if you could work on just getting this bounce, get it to just bounce off the drum, let's go one step further. Now this time hang on to the stick and just let it bounce back. So check this out. Elbow, wrist, fingers down. See that? Elbow, wrist, fingers down. Elbow, wrist, fingers down. There it is. So just do this. This is not a speed exercise. This is an accuracy exercise. This is about training your body, training your muscles and your ears and your eyes and just everything, how you want to play it. So you've got to teach your brain. If you play it too fast, you're going to play it the way you don't want to play it and teach your brain the wrong way. So really just attention to detail is everything. Just really feel every motion. In the beginning also we'll have a tendency to kind of go like this with our whole arm. You don't need to, just lead with that elbow. Always remember, lead with the elbow. I call it like break dancing on the drum, so it's this kind of motion, this kind of waving motion. So lead with the elbow and then bring it down. All right, really, really simple. All right. Now there's some exercises, as I mentioned earlier. You can do some triplet exercises and 16th note exercises. I don't really want to go into all that because what I'm trying to do is just show you how I use it in real drumming context. And those exercises are great for building endurance and they're great for learning how to get the feel for the bounce, but I don't find them particularly helpful in the real world of drumming. So I don't find that they apply so well to what I play. So I just want to show you kind of what I do. Now the first thing I want to show you is that when I go to the ride cymbal, of course with the ride cymbal we're going to play with our thumb up, right? We're not going to be playing like this, right? So Moeller is really about this kind of palms face down, but when we go to the ride cymbal we're going to play like this. And so what I do at that point is I do this kind of mini Moeller. I call it a mini Moeller. So it's not this whole big motion every time. It's not, this. I mean, that's just nuts. But what I do is a kind of a mini Moeller, so side to side. Kind of a pumping motion. See what I'm doing there? So that's the first thing. I use that a lot. This kind of pumping motion. And it could be like, playing bossa nova, samba, anything. You can use that kind of pumping motion, and that kind of keeps the stick, moving along, and it's really, really effective. If you haven't checked out my other video about my kind of skipping stone technique, I put the link to that below as well for playing swing. I think that'll also kind of help you see how I'm using this mini Moeller in that context. So I'm using it kind of the side-to-side motion, right? The thing about the Moeller motion too is, you know, you have this elbow, wrist fingers, so the elbow's going out, but it's always going to come back to your side too. So remember that, you want to bring it back to the side. That will give it that split second of relaxation for your arm, and that you wouldn't believe, but it's like so important to have that little bit of relaxation every so often when we play, and that gives us our endurance. So be sure not to hold your arms at the side like this, okay? A lot of students do that in the beginning, so don't do that because you're going to wear yourself out fast, and you're also going to get some kind of repetitive stress injury like I did with tendinitis. So I want you to really just relax, bring it up, and then bring it back down, bring it up, bring it back down like this. So your elbow should really be coming in and kind of hitting your sides when you complete the whole stroke, all right? So whether it's a mini Moeller or it's a full-on Moeller, you're going to do the same thing. Now with the left hand, you can, you know, if you're playing match grip, you can do exactly the same thing with your left hand that you're doing with your right hand in terms of the match grip position, not the ride cymbal position, but this, you know, it's just going to be a mirror image basically, be the same kind of technique. I'll just talk a little bit about the traditional grip, but it's more involved. If you'd like to see a video about just Moeller traditional grip, drop a comment below, let me know, and I can put something together for you. But this is, you know, using my elbow. Again, it's this kind of elbow, wrist, fingers down kind of motion, all right? It's the same thing, same concept, but just a little bit different because I'm using traditional grip. So that's kind of how I use Moeller, and it's just this constant attention to rebound and bounce in my playing. And that's, if nothing else, the Moeller method, the Moeller technique will help you become aware of your bounce and aware of how you can let the stick and the cymbal and the stick and the drum do the work. That's kind of what I wanted to share with you, and I hope it helps you to kind of explore a bounce all around your drum set too. So just a few more things I want to share with you. I have a blog that's written expressly for drummers like you at vonbaronmusic.com, so I hope you'll check that out. I also teach private lessons through Zoom, and I use all of these different camera angles. If you really want to take your jazz drumming to the next level here in the new year, go ahead and you can sign up at vonbaronstore.com. While you're there, you can also get some drum practice tracks to work on your jazz playing and a few other different styles as well. Prepare yourself for the bandstand, playing with real, live, living, breathing human beings, which is the goal here, yeah, when we play jazz. I also have my jazzdrumschool.com, and there I have my brushes mastery course, which is really the most complete online brushes course ever created. And it's got everything you need to help you gain supreme confidence playing brushes and use them in real musical situations. So thanks again for watching, and as I always say, keep on drumming. Take care.
drummingforlife.com